Today we are going to be talking about selling on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to share a little bit about the revenue that we did in 2021 and whether Facebook Marketplace is worth your trouble. All right, welcome back guys. Matt here with Big Daddy's Garage. We've been in business for over 5 years selling on a number of marketplaces online. And today I really wanted to take a look at the Facebook Marketplace. That is a new marketplace to us and it's an interesting one. One we've had to figure out whether it's worth the trouble to be selling on Facebook Marketplace. But I do want to talk a little bit about our numbers from 2021 and maybe those numbers do justify the trouble and a little bit of angst that goes into selling on Facebook Marketplace. So we noticed about February of last year that we were getting a spike in sales on our eBay store, which was great. But we soon noticed that many of those sales were for multiple sales on the same item, and then we noticed coming from the same buyer. And this was happening with 4, 5, 6 different buyers where they would order half a dozen of one item in separate orders, and then we realized going to separate addresses. In essence, somebody was buying our products, marking them up, and selling them on another marketplace to other people. That marketplace, after doing a little bit of homework, we realized was Facebook Marketplace. Pretty smart on their part. We actually had one seller reach out to us, and he essentially told us in part, like, this is not as easy as you think selling on Facebook Marketplace. I think maybe he was also trying to protect his resource for drop shipping himself. But ultimately, we realized at the very least, we've got to raise our prices on our eBay store. And maybe what it means is actually selling on Facebook Marketplace ourselves, cutting out that middleman and knowing that we're going to have much bigger margins on Facebook Marketplace than we do on just about any of the other online marketplaces we sell on. Typical margins on our eBay store might be 20 to 25%. And what we realized when we crunched the numbers on Facebook Marketplace, that margin could be closer to 30 to 40%. Part of that was due to the fact that places like eBay charge up to 15% in seller fees. Facebook, on the other hand, is 5%. And if you're selling through a business and a Facebook shop, 0% fees through June of this year. So it was kind of a no-brainer that we needed to explore this and at least give it a shot and throw up a number of our items and see how they do. So we did that. We tried out a few. So it's pretty painless and doesn't need to take up a lot of your time just to test it out even. So that's what we did in February of 2021. And what we found early on was a good amount of success. We saw high number of sales. It became actually a challenge just to keep in stock those handful of listings that really took off. When I say take off, I mean we were selling 10, 15, even 20 or more a day of a single item. Meanwhile, other listings didn't fare as well. And that's part of the challenge of selling on Facebook is it seems like they are still in their kind of growing stages. And so from week to week, certain things seem to change and it's up to us as the sellers to figure out how to adapt to those changes so that we can continue to have success on that marketplace. The difference between Facebook Marketplace and some of the other places we've been on for a while, like Amazon and eBay, a Walmart, is a much lower barrier to entry. You can get up and running on your own Facebook personal account selling on their marketplace in a matter of hours. You can have a handful of listings up. That's not true on Amazon or eBay. It's gonna take a little more thought, effort, and time to get going on those other places. And in addition, those are higher seller fees on those other marketplaces. So it's hard to not want to jump in and give that a shot. So when we got to the end of 2021, we thought we probably should take a look at these numbers and see, do the numbers for Facebook sales justify continuing to put that energy and effort and time into selling on that platform? So when we looked at those year-end numbers, we found that Facebook was actually about 20% share of our gross revenue, 52K in sales in Q1. We did 92K in Q2, and in Q3, it dipped significantly to 38K. And then it jumped up again a bit to 50K in Q4. The share of Facebook sales for us ended up being 20% of our gross revenue for the year. When we look at some of the other platforms we sell on, like eBay, was about 20% of our gross revenue as well. Amazon is the big beast for us. It's over 50% of our revenue. 3% of our revenue was done on Etsy. Shopify, 1%. Walmart, 1%, and Wayfair about 1%. When you really look at it, that 20% number, that number told us we need to continue selling on Facebook and grow with them as they continue to improve that platform as a place for sellers. So what I would say is, for the new seller, somebody that just wants to get their feet wet, test out some items, and give this e-commerce thing a try, Facebook Marketplace is a good starting point. Does it come with a lot of headaches at times? Sure, but the numbers alone tell us that is a place that online sellers want to be. So I hope this information was helpful to all of you. We really want to have this channel serve as a resource for e-commerce sellers of all sizes, whether you're just getting started or it's something you've been doing for years and had some success in. So please, before you go, remember to like and subscribe, and that allows us to continue to put out content that we think is going to be helpful for you as an e-commerce seller. Thanks guys, see you on the next video.